Hello everybody, and welcome on back to another episode of Shapes.io. As always, I am Tyler, and we're going to pick up where we last left off with our Megabus system. So obviously, right now we only have one shape that we want to focus on, and we're going to go from there. So see here, right now, making more than enough of that. Yeah, so white circles are fine, that's fine. Coming on over here, more than enough to satisfy that. We're just not producing enough of this shape. And yeah, so obviously the only way to really be able to fix that would be belting even more white dye over here and then expanding this some, so on and so forth. But I mean, at the very least right now we're still doing 1.2 thousand. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully everyone is doing well today as always. So I just kind of paused a little bit to think about what it is that I want to get done in this episode, because obviously I would like to have that production be about as good as I could get it. I might take some time to replace some belt tunnels just because we've got 17,000 of them now, and there's definitely a lot to look at. Obviously the main thing that I just want to make better is this production, because this is what's going to get us to the next tier for everything. And also especially since that's our main goal that we're working on, and it's the only shape that we have to really work on. So I've been thinking about it, and it might be a good idea to maybe work on this just kind of somewhere else, and we can rehook things back up later, because right now obviously we have everything kind of laid out and alongside one another, but I think that we can make this system better if I need to figure out a better way, honestly, just to make this half shape. Because obviously, like, right now, this can work pretty well. I just need more white dye to be brought over, but it's a hassle to bring it over, and there's not a lot of space to work with on that. So, you know what, let's go ahead and come on over here. And let's see, so I probably want it should be able to work with any type of shape like this, right? Okay, so it's half square, half circle. Comes in here, cuts the left side, and we dye it white. Okay, so it cuts, the left side goes over here, the left side then comes here, gets dyed, and then we rotate it, and then we push it through to get cut again, so that way we get this part, and then we combine them back together. And then when we combine these two together, it overlaps the bottom right corner. So we have 2 squares coming on top of the circle. And then we cut them again, and then we only keep the left half, because our right half, yeah, is that. Okay. So with that, doing that, and then it gets pushed back through here, and then comes back through there. So I think in theory, it should be able to work with any shape that has at least like a corner like that, because let's see. So we can come over here and then cut you in half, and then all we would need to do is, I think we'd want, because we want the square to be gray, so we dye this one white, and with that dyed white we could turn this, okay, but I would need the corner to be there. So what if we rotated that and then cut? And then when we rotate this way, that gets put out like that. And then we would need to rotate okay, and then we need to rotate you, and then that's when you get cut. And then when we cut that, we get those, rotate this one over, and then we just gotta combine them back together. And this is what we need to dye white, so we need to move that on down. So that can go like that. Go. And then we bring in the white dye from there. And then we combine those two again. And that comes out like that, and we just need to cut there. And then when we cut there, we need to cut the right side off, so that could go like that, and then there we go. So we could do this setup with any of these shapes. And then all we would need to do is bring the white dye over, so let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and set that right there for right now. And yeah, so go ahead and actually, I feel like I'm dumb, because if I'm rotating the entire shape to the left, but then I'm rotating both sides to the right, couldn't I just leave it that way, or leave it the default way? I don't know. We'll figure it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 5. And then we'll steal one of the balancers here. Nope. There you go. Set you right there. And we can actually rotate there, there. There we go. And we have that all lined up, and then we can bring the white dye on up. Yeah, I feel like this was kind of a dumb idea to have the tunnels like this, but that's okay. Because our issue runs into, if we need to split off, we then need to completely replace all the tunnels, so let's do that, and that, and there you go. So we're gonna go ahead and carry these on over. Ooh, actually, let's go ahead and test something right quick. So I want to know how many of these can be supported before we start running into issues. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So actually, let's go ahead and carry that up, because I think if we carry it up, it'll give us a little bit of a better visual sign of what's actually going on. So let's take you, and we'll go like that, and there we go. Alright, so the first two run fine, and then as we get more, it starts to just kind of teeter off, and all of these run in the same sync. But it's only running at like, what, 2 a second? 4 a second? Something like that, so it's like much lower than what we would be able to do normally. And I mean, if we can cut, 5 at a time, that kind of doesn't do a lot for us. So I mean, honestly, maybe I just maybe I just would be better off not doing like a main bus system and figuring something else out, because obviously there's a bunch of resource nodes to do stuff with. So I mean, we've got plenty of potential to just keep doing what we do, and I just don't know how to organize it all that much better. But obviously, like, this doesn't really help us all that much if, we're only doing so many. But what if we do that? We do that, and then that's 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So I see if we can see how many this is doing, because I think all of these would be in line with one another. And it's like right around 10 a second. So, which would make sense because, we've got 4 belts of saturation, and if we pull off one and then there's 2 of them, it runs at half. I think the most we could support off of a main belt would be 4. So, like I said, I think it might be a better idea to just go back to the localized production. Because if we can only run 4, we would need to, come around here, and if we wanted anything to keep going, we would need to figure out ways to add in new production. Which, ends up being a little bit of a weird situation. But because I think, for every one that we wanted to do, we would already need to bring back on one more row of extractors. So, I mean, we do this and then come on over here. And then if we wanted that, we need to bring that up and then come through here. But you know, even though that we're adding this in, we're still kind of taking away from over here. Unless maybe if we did... you know, something like this maybe? I don't know. But pretty much the main part of it is that I can support roughly 5 with 4 belts, which does give us a little bit more in the way of efficiency. But you know, the first 4 will run at 10, and then the last one can support up to 20 items a second. So I honestly think that I might just be better off with seeing what I can do with localized production, which, you know, I kind of hate because I like having the bus like this and being able to see everything laid out and even, but I just don't know if I can make it work with my current knowledge of how to, you know, make the game work in general. And I'm not sure if it's just like a me problem or if I like don't conceptually understand the bus system, but okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and 5. So we'll take that. And okay, so we can push that onto you. I was like, I think, you know, what it might take is just better planning on how we bring things from one place to another. Because, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, we'd only be able to use so much white dye to make the things that we could do because we're only producing so much over here and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm just kind of at a loss for what I actually want to do to make this better. Honestly, I think I might take a break from playing this and play another similar style game on the channel. And see if I can learn something from playing that, and then hopefully once the Wires update comes out, I can jump back into this because I'm really interested to see how that changes things up too. But at the very least, you know, I want to finish this shape first, get us to Freeplay, and then once we get there, see how things go, because I think the Wires update might bring us back to the beginning. So that might be good for me as well, actually, because I'm so used to everything being how it is right now, and one, it would give you the opportunity to learn the new stuff that's added in, and then on top of that, I could start from the beginning and actually you know, have the current audio setup that I have right now, because when I first started I had a couple issues with the way the audio was set up and balanced, and I seemed very quiet. So I'm hoping that I can make this better and maybe have a better attempt the second time around, and maybe we can start that as like our second let's play of this game. So I think right now then maybe we might just want to focus on doing what works to boost this entire production over here as fast as we can. because I think one of the big things is I need more white dye. So what if we do that? And we push more in over there, and then... Because I mean, right now the white dye is not really being used for anything other than that, so if I wanted, I could just focus each lane on producing one, maybe? Which, you know what? Let's go ahead. We're gonna just throw caution to the wind on this and see how it goes. Because why not, you know? Oh look, it's my mood. At any given time. And then we can get rid of that, and then we'll go like that for you. And now we'll see how well this works. Now each one should do a little bit better, I think. And yeah, because I mean, if we could just get this other shape up, we would be fine. So let's move 1, 2, 3. And let's go ahead and get rid of that splitter. And you know what, let's actually, so we'll get 4 of those placed. And then what we'll do is clear that out right quick. And then I think what we want is we'll bring this down right quick. There we go. So that way all that dye is still traveling properly. And then now that we've got that, we need to find a way to get ourselves even more white dye over here. So if we have one belt for 4, you know what, actually, let's see if we can make this any better. Because what if we just copy you, and we'll bring you over here, and we'll take down that, and I think that's how I want it. I think over one more. Yeah. So we'll do that. It's got 1, 2, 1, and nope, not what I want. Oh, that's right. This needs to go down like that. There we go. So we do that, and then there we go. And then we use all of this to bring everything just right on down. And let's go ahead and just clear you out right quick. Cool. And then what we can do is come on over and we'll push you into there. And then we just need to not do that. We need to do this. And oh, we do actually need to make them have a gap of 1 just so we can do our tunnels. So we tunnel like that, and then that goes there. There you go. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing right on over here. And still need to move it down just 1 more. Not actually sure how I'm gonna make this one work without... I guess I might just have to come up from below. So we'll come down like this here. But no, see, we still run into issues. So we need to move this back 1. And then connect all of you up. And you know, if I was a little bit smarter, I would just I would just connect the ones over here on this side. So start with this being connected here and then move back as I move down here, because then I have more space to work with. But we're already here, so that is okay. And we will do something like this. And there we go. So now that should be running at full saturation for each of these. And we just got to continue hooking stuff up. So we'll bring so I need you to go like that. I am worried about this splitting too many times, but we will just have to wait and see. See if hopefully that solves any of our problems. Because obviously it's already kind of running out of steam over here, despite us having more than enough, so I might need to do something else to make it better, but yeah, at least if we can boost the production just a little bit, then that'll give us the little advantage that we need. Because I mean, even just from doing that, it's already gone up by 200 and I've still got another row I can hook up. Which, you know, I was like, for doubling it, only getting like a 50% increase isn't the ideal scenario, but yeah, it's still a trial and error at this point. But so let's see. Oh yeah, so we can actually go ahead and connect stuff up with here. So put you there, put you there. There we go. And then we'll just do this and that. There we go. And now we just bring you on over. And let's see if we can. We'll go up one more, go like that, then that will go like this. No, we want it to actually go on to the next one, where we'll do that and then come right there. And I don't know why there's a trash can on that last one. That doesn't make any sense. But we'll now do this and come on up over here. And we'll do same thing. Go ahead and skip on over. There you go. And now we just need, and there we go. Cool. So now that's caught up, and we're now producing a few thousand a minute, which is exactly what we want. Now the real question is if we can increase our production any more from here. What if we take you, and we'll just move you on over, and because I think obviously we'll fall behind again on the production. However, we actually want that to do that. You know, at the end of the day, it's still going to be better than nothing. But so we'll actually go ahead and just let this first upgrade tier finish, and then we'll call the episode there. I think the best thing to do, honestly, is probably just make our belts faster. I think if our distributors and all that stuff work faster, then I think we'll be in a much better place. But yeah, so I think that's just kind of what I'm gonna focus on, is just getting to our free play mode, and then we might take a second look at all this, or I might just take a break for a little bit and wait till the new update comes out and start fresh, so that way I can have a lot of the I can have a new fresh start. Like for anyone who may have missed like the beginning of the series and anything that I may not have done a great job at, you know, really explaining or doing or anything like that, I might be able to have that taken care of. And I think it'll be a good opportunity. So luckily we only have got another 100,000 or so, and we're producing about 2,000 a minute, 2.1 thousand. So we'll be there in, you know, 2 more episodes. And like I said, with any luck, the new update will be out sometime soon, and we can relive this journey, but hopefully at a faster pace. So I think I'm gonna do that. There we go. Cool, and that actually is the maximum level. So how fast are things now? That's at 30, that does 60. Okay, that's cool. And right now that's actually at 2,700 a minute, which is pretty nice. And then obviously everything else should be moving a bit faster. Like I said though, I do believe that the tier 7 stuff is going to be changed around in the future. I think the developer is planning on changing the speed and stuff like that, so that way it's more balanced, but we'll just have to wait and see. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment down below. Any questions, anything, comments, anything like that's always appreciated. I enjoy being able to engage with you guys, and yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see my content in the future, and I will see you in the next episode.